Hey everybody, it's Dan Fair at www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com. I am joined by someone today who shall not appear on camera, but we'll call him Mr. W. Mr. W has done studies at various different research centers throughout Southern California, and he's here today to basically talk about, well, what do you want to talk about, Mr. W?
Well, there's money to be made in doing clinical trials, and then there's where you help millions of people worldwide doing clinical trials, because if it's approved by the Food and Drug Administration, it goes worldwide and helps millions of people.
So, how many years have you been participating in clinical trials?
7 years.
7 years. And overall, you would say that you've had good experiences, bad experiences, or what would you rate your overall experience?
I'd say 97, 98% all good.
All good. What is your main motivation for joining studies?
One, the money. Two, for it helps all.
So for a, kind of like giving back to people who suffer from.
Yes, also, I'm searching, I'm on a quest for that magic pill that'll fit me also
Right,
someday.
right. Have you found it yet?
I'm working on it.
You're working on it, so you're getting there.
I'm getting there.
Have you noticed the medications, since you've been doing it for about 5 years, have you noticed the meds from study to study improving, or?
Well, I've seen through the years, last 7 years, I've been seeing it improving. And the pharmaceutical companies have been coming up with something a little better each year.
Each year the drug's a little better than the last, right?
And the side effects have been a little bit less, a little worse than the ones before.
Okay, that is really good to hear. What would you say, because we've got tons of people here watching who are kind of on the fence about research. I mean, they may have heard about it, they may be looking into it, and they're thinking, is it right for me? I mean, what advice can you give them?
Well, I can't be their doctor for them, but I can tell them like this: don't be afraid of it, because it's it's nothing to fear. One, you get your money. Two, you're helping many others worldwide, plus yourself. Um, you you have benefits of being in the study, because you're under a doctor's care and you're under counselors and all. So that'd be some positive things to take a look at. Some people are in the private sector in the mental health. They're not, under a structured clinic or whatever, and they need that structure to help. They need a counselor they can call up every once in a while and say, "Hey, man, I'm really having a bad day today," or "Yesterday I forgot to take my medication, I about flipped out," or something like that.
So the whole support system.
To have a support system besides, just a doctor and medication.
So you think that clinical trials can be that support system at times?
Yes, it can, and especially a structured clinical trials like what you have here with South Coast, and others that are more structured with counselors and the doctors and the medication, etc.
Okay. Thank you for that, Mr. W. Anything else you'd like to add?
I'd like to add that even though all studies pay different prices and have different criteria to them, different rules or regulations, etc., however you want to explain it, take a good look at it all, which the clients, we are allowed to smoke over the whole situation before we make this decision to sign the papers and do the study in the first place. We have the choice to drop out at any time we want for any reason or no reason at all.
Yes, indeed.
These are some good points. These are also everything is federal confidentiality. The staff does not go around talking to you about what. They don't talk about what medicine. And
that's HIPAA.
Huh?
HIPAA.
Yeah.
That's what the regulation in place to protect confidentiality and your privacy.
Yeah, it's total confidentiality privacy, which is covered by federal law, state and federal law.
So what do you think of when you hear stories like I've showed you on our blog of the guy who I showed Mr. W a video of the guy who a couple posts back had a bad experience with research. What do you feel when you hear something like that?
Well, that was the fault of the study company, but it was also his fault for not standing up for himself also.
Hmm.
So he was a little bit to blame, even though the company did him bad, did him dirty, or whatever however you want to explain it.
Hmm.
He should have stood up for himself and his own rights and said, "Wait a minute here. You got to release me when I say I want to be released.
Right. Yeah.
You got to pay me the approximate amount that you have agreed to pay me. You got to hold up your end of the bargain here, or I'll get a lawyer and take you to court."
He should have done that. Yeah, I even told him that off camera.
Yeah.
You know, but that's why we're doing this blog, to just empower people,
Yeah.
so they know what to expect when they go into a study, and they know what the site can and cannot do. So that's why we're here. That's what the blog is here for, and that's why we interview people like yourself who can add extra insights to this. So thank you very much for
I
your
hope
time.
I said a few things that will help and show a little light on the subject.
It's been an excellent interview, Mr. W. And that is Dan Sfera from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Once again, it's www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you very, very much.